The Gering City Council has authorized the mayor to sign a letter stating that the city is intending to seek state grant funding to help with the expansion of the Gering Civic Center. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, a $1 million expansion to the Gering Civic Center is in the works as the city seeks to expand the west side of the building to provide additional space for vendors and information booths. The city already has matching funds available it can use for their $562,000 ask of state grant money to pay for the project. Mayor Tony Kaufman says it's somewhat rare that the money allocated to the Civic and Community Center Financing Fund is already there, so now it's time to see if the Gering Civic Center project will qualify. Kaufman says it may be a long shot, but since the money is available, the city needs to put in a proposal to see if they can obtain the funding. Sticking with the Gering City Council, as the city will be looking for a new finance director after the council refused to reappoint John Mejia to the post. Following the swearing-in of Mayor Tony Kaufman and newly re-elected council members, the panel voted 5-3 against retaining his service for another 4 years. Mayor Kaufman says he anticipates the search for a replacement will start with a review of the position's requirements over the next 30 days.
You know, there's a good network out there through the League of Nebraska Municipalities and through other states, and so we'll use the resources that we have to, obviously maximize public dollars if we don't have to spend money for searches and recruiters. Obviously, we would try to do that.
Kaufman says he's hopeful the new finance director will be in place before city officials begin working on the 2019-2020 budget next year. Well, coming up after the break, Bill Boyer will be in with his comprehensive weather forecast. Don't touch that dial. KNEB.TV News will be back right after this.
At Platte Valley Bank, we know when you need a loan, time is of the essence. We are locally owned with decisions made right here at the bank. Our lenders are experienced, efficient individuals who are committed to our customers. Our flexible lending policies make it possible to fulfill loan requests, big or small, quickly. Whether you want to purchase a car, home, or even start a business, our committed associates are here to help. Stop into any location today and see what Platte Valley Bank can do for you.
No matter what job I've got to do, my John Deere 5E tractor will do it all. Whether I'm cutting, moving feed, or building a fence. Using my 5E means my work gets done faster at a price I can afford, and that works for me.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
Pool together all your money with a friend and invest in 2 Arby's French dip and Swiss sandwiches for just $6. It's the perfect get-rich-quick on sandwiches scenario. Arby's, we have the meats.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the Arby's Weather Center. Arby's, we have the meats.
Well, we're going to be dealing with temperatures that are going to fall into the 20s as we go through the evening hours down into the mid-20s to start tomorrow morning. Notice those winds come down considerably. They've already started that this evening, so where they haven't died down, they should, but they will return tomorrow with a vengeance. We're looking at an even windier day tomorrow across the area with that frontal system bringing some afternoon rain and snow. But this weekend is going to be downright mild. Very nice conditions out there. 52 yesterday. Yeah, that's 12 degrees above normal. Pretty nice day going on yesterday. 10 was the low. So we actually warmed up 42 degrees during the day. That's not bad at all. Nothing in the rain gauge. About normal for the month and still almost 3.5 inches above normal for the year. Getting on the bus tomorrow, we're going to be dealing with partly cloudy skies. 27. It'll be warmer on the way home, but winds could be gusting over 40 miles an hour as you head home from school tomorrow. It's going to be a chilly day out there and raw with those winds blowing. 34 in Lincoln right now, but still 45 in Denver, 28 up in Laramie. We have temps that are in the 30s here across our region. Sidney 32, Oshkosh 32, 36, Scottsbluff 37 in Torrington, but 20s Here in the northern panhandle, Alliance, Chadron, over to Harrison and Lusk, all in the 20s. Winds have started to come down. Notice the strongest winds just off the map here in portions of Wyoming, that 15 to 20 mile an hour still in Wheatland, under 15 or so in Cheyenne, 15 mile an hour winds in Kimball, lighter winds elsewhere. Wind chills have fallen down into the 20s across most of the region. We still have high wind warnings out. These go through 8 o'clock tonight for the Cheyenne, Wheatland area, and again, we're going to see those come down and wind speeds come down tonight here across this area as we go through the evening hours. But there are the strong winds. They'll move off and die off as we go through the evening hours. We're going to be left with just partly cloudy skies. Not bad out there. Clear to partly cloudy, we'll call it tonight. That's a good indication of what we've got going on. Temps are going to fall into the 20s. A little cooler up around Alliance. They always seem to be this time of year. 20s for all of us here in the North Platte River Valley. A little cooler from Bridgeport down to Dalton and up towards Alliance. Then tomorrow, we've got sunny skies to start the day. Here comes the cold front. Notice by 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, the winds start to pick up. Here's 2 in the afternoon. Now, this snow deck is off to the northwest of us. This will be the frontal system passing through the region tomorrow afternoon. There it comes diving quickly out of the area, so the rain and snow chances aren't going to stick around a whole long time. And then the strong winds move off with it to the south and east and away from us as we go into the evening hours tomorrow night and overnight tomorrow night. Then we're going to have a cooler day Thursday thanks to that frontal system passage, then really a pretty nice 7-day forecast coming your way. Not too bad to start the day tomorrow where that cold front doesn't get to as early. Only 39 in Lusk, but 50 in Scottsbluff, 51 down in Sidney here in the local area. Pretty close to the upper 40s to near 50 degrees tomorrow before the front. It's going to change drastically as we go through the afternoon hours. Now notice in terms of total snowfall amounts, the forecast models all kind of clumped together here in this less than a half an inch range for the Scottsbluff area. That seems to be pretty plausible. In fact, we're going to call it very little, if any, snow accumulation, maybe up around Lusk an inch or two. Not much here in the local area. Everybody under that inch or so, half-inch range or so for most of us. Maybe a dusting here in a few areas. So tonight, we're going to be dealing with clear to partly cloudy skies. Winds will decrease. West winds 5 to 10. We'll get into the mid-20s. We'll double that tomorrow, get up to about 50 before those gusty winds come in and bring temps down in the afternoon. Rain and snow showers are going to be scattered around in the afternoon. Don't be surprised to see a little bit of that tomorrow afternoon for a brief period of time when those strongest winds hit, gusting over 40 miles an hour. And then after that, our 7-day forecast really looks quite nice. I think you're in for a pretty good treat if you can get through the next couple of days. Breezy to windy conditions at times Thursday, not quite as windy. And then Friday looks like will be sunny in the mid-low 50s. Look at Saturday, breezy but highs in the upper 50s, low to mid 50s for Sunday, Monday, and even Tuesday of next week.
You never know when you'll need an extra French dip in Swiss. It could get lost in the car or eaten by a confused stranger. Stuff happens to sandwiches. That's why Arby's made you 2 French dip and Swiss sandwiches for just $6. For only $6, you'll always have a spare French dip and Swiss until you eat it. You'll never have to be afraid. Arby's, we have the meats.
Who is Hydrotex? Hydrotex manufactures and distributes high-performance lubricants and fuel improvers. We've been helping customers improve their operations for over 80 years with products made in the USA. We sell directly to customers and cut out the middleman and offer excellent service and value. Our products last longer and work better so that you spend less time maintaining equipment and more time making money. Whether you're in a factory, farm, fleet, or food processing facility, Hydrotex can help you. Visit hydrotexoil.com or call 308-635-8162.
Buyers Realty has been helping people in the community find their dream home since 1994. If you're looking to buy or sell your home, our friendly staff will put in the work to help you reach the finish line. We also do property management for buildings in Scottsbluff, Gering, and beyond. You can find an extensive list of our properties by visiting our website at callbuyersrealty.com. Or you can visit our Scottsbluff offices on Avenue B, right next to Bumper to Bumper. Panhandle's best, Buyers Realty. Community strong, community proud, we have what you're looking for.
The leaves are turning and the temperatures are cooling, so it's time to come harvest the deals at the Viera Wireless Fall Savings Sale. Right now, get your family high-speed, truly unlimited mobile data for just $35 per line with 4 lines. Prices have never been lower for unlimited data. Plus, trade in your current phone and get up to $500 off the latest iPhone and Samsung models. Those are incredible savings on the most popular and advanced smartphones. Don't miss out on our Fall Savings Sale. Hurry into Viera today.
Welcome back. Scottsbluff-based Platte Valley Companies continues to grow after entering an agreement to acquire a Colorado-based bank. Today, PVC President and CEO Hod Kosman announced that PVC's Mountain Valley Bank has entered into a definitive agreement to acquire the Steamboat Springs, Colorado branch of Citywide Bank. Platte Valley Companies already has a strong presence in Colorado, with Mountain Valley Bank branches in Steamboat Springs, Walden, Meeker, and Hayden. Kosman says they are excited to add an additional full-service location in the Steamboat Springs area, which will allow them to better serve their growing Colorado customer base. All current Citywide Bank employees in Steamboat Springs have been offered employment with Mountain Valley Bank, and the transaction is expected to close by the second quarter of 2019. Well, Chadron School Superintendent Dr. Caroline Winchester's retirement at the end of the 2020 school year is still more than 18 months away, but the process of hiring her successor is already getting underway. School Board President Tom Menke says requests for proposals are going out this week for a consultant to guide the search process. Winchester is in her 22nd year overall as a superintendent and her 9th as superintendent of the Chadron Public Schools District. She was also the 2016-2017 Nebraska Superintendent of the Year. And a 35-year-old Scottsbluff man clocked doing twice the posted speed limit is facing a variety of charges in Scottsbluff County Court. Deputies say they clocked Jared McKenzie traveling 60 miles per hour on 5th Avenue Saturday evening in the 30-mile-per-hour zone. When authorities activated their lights and tried to pull him over, the Ford Ranger he was driving accelerated at high rates of speed into side streets. Deputies eventually tracked McKenzie down. He told authorities he never saw any police lights or heard any sirens. He was arrested on charges of willful reckless driving, flight to avoid arrest, and speeding 21 to 35 miles per hour, the posted speed limit. Well, straight ahead, Bella Guzman will be in with a check-in on Ag News. We'll be back with that right after this on KNEB.TV News.
Regional West is one of 3 Level 2 trauma centers in Nebraska.
We have all the resources here 24 hours a day to address any traumatic injury.
From emergency medical services to advanced medical imaging and surgery to acute care and rehabilitation.
It's comforting to know that if an accident happens here, our families, our friends, our neighbors, and even we ourselves will get expert trauma care and rehabilitation services right here at Regional West.
This is KNEB.TV Ag News from the Western Hearing Clinic Ag Desk. Western Hearing Clinic, the Panhandle's choice for better hearing, helping you hear what matters most.
The Rocky Hollow Buffalo Ranch has around 170-plus bison roaming its 3,000 acres just outside of Kimball. Owners Rick and Lindsay Forepaugh have been in the bison industry for almost 5 years and won several awards with their bison. Rick says they DNA test all their animals, which is very important.
In fact, our herd has been deemed a little purer than some of the government herds. and we're real proud of that. So every animal that we have had brought onto the ranch has been tested, and then of course once they've been tested for purity, then we know all the offspring are pure. This herd is a 100% as close as you can get to being bison herd.
Rick says the bison, unlike cattle, were introduced to the plains and are naturally cut out for the snow, winds, and below freezing temperatures.
And you'll notice right out here are 2 young cinnamon-colored calves. They were born late, out of season, in a snowstorm, and nature has given them the ability to be just fine. By nature, bison has in a square inch 7 times more fur hair than a beef cow. So these guys are actually uncomfortable in the summer, and they are loving it right now in the wintertime. And you'll notice the snow on their backs, and that's because of the insulation. They're just not cold. And scientifically, we've measured, not we, but scientists have measured, they don't start to get cold until it's about 60 degrees below zero. So these guys are real comfortable in the wintertime. The calves are just fine. As long as mama's there, everything is going to be good to go.
The bison calving season is in the spring. To learn more about the bison or taking a tour at the ranch, visit Rocky Hollow Buffalo Company on Facebook. With KNEB.TV News, I'm Shabella Guzman.
Think a utility vehicle should do more than take you places? So does Kubota. That's why our all-new Sidekick is built to do it all. Climb more, tow more, go more. Cross over to more today. Take your Kubota Sidekick home with no money down and 0% financing for 36 months.
Your local Kubota dealer is Sandberg Implement in Gering.
It's a friendly town, that's for sure. Not too big, not too small. Seems like everybody knows your name.
We stick together through thick and thin. That's the way it's always been. 'Cause where we live is still our claim to fame. We love this town, this grand old town. There's not another town like this around. We've got it all right here in our own backyard. We love this town. We love this town. We love this town.
Well, let's take a look what's happening on today's community calendar. That's a look at today's community calendar, brought to you by First State Bank, honoring those who give back. Nominate your community champion at fsbcentral.com.
Find out what convenient really means at the Western Travel Terminal. Start with our great selection of food and drinks, from for real milkshakes and fresh brewed coffee to snacks and hot food. Next, check out our beer and spirits with their everyday low prices. Finally, let us work for you with our full-service gas station and automatic truck and car wash. All this can be found at 822 South Beltline in Scottsbluff. Western Travel Terminal, your convenient shopping, restaurant, and full-service gas leader.
The growth and prosperity of our community is dependent on the reinvestment of local dollars into our local economy. When you open a high-interest savings account at Platte Valley Bank, we turn around and loan your money back to our community for new construction, business expansion, home loans, in backing agriculture, and much more. Come save with us at Platte Valley Bank and know that you are doing business with a local bank with local decisions that reinvests your money here in our community.
And finally tonight, Scottsbluff Public Schools has completed an interim report to the state on how a nearly $828,000 grant is helping the high school meet all of the Nebraska AQuest accountability standards, and school officials are excited about their progress. Money from the grant has been used to help the SHS Career Academies bring in some of the latest technology and educator training in the fields of metalworking, healthcare, STEM, and more. Assistant Principal Justin Shattuck tells KNEB News that while the school still has one more year of the process, they're looking to examine effectiveness of the program well beyond the end of the grant.
So we'll continue to collect data and see how successful we are. I think we need at least 5 years of data to see how successful the program is and the impacts that it's having on our students, especially post-secondary, to see if those students are, getting the jobs that we want them to get and they're completing their degree programs, getting their certifications. And so those are the types of things that we want to see how successful this program is.
Shattuck says so far, primary stakeholders, such as business partners that employ students through internships, are pleased with the results. He says school officials are already looking for new or additional funding methods that would help keep staff and equipment on the cutting edge of the innovation grant when that's completed. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you here next time.